Hey guys, Henry here with Henry Millennium Marketing. I'm talking about solar leads, and for those of you out there that generate your own, you're part of my training. It's Tuesday morning, and I wanted to throw together for the next few days some helpful tips for you guys. So I want to talk about CPM. CPM is a cost per mile. It's a metric that you'll pay attention to whenever you start to launch your Facebook ads. CPM stands for, how many impressions, the cost per 1,000 impressions, right? So the higher your CPM whenever you launch an ad, when you launch a campaign or an ad set, that's an indicator as to how expensive it's going to be for you guys to actually generate leads, even before you get a lead. So that's the one thing that you should pay attention to in the first 24 to 72 hours is whenever you launch your campaign, look at that CPM. Is it $15 below? Is it $30 and above? If it's $30 and above, it's going to be a pretty expensive endeavor for you to generate leads. Those leads are going to probably come off pretty expensive. Now, having said that, of course, it determines or it makes a difference as to what market that you're trying to generate leads in. Cheaper markets versus more saturated markets like California and the Northeast. But a couple of things that do affect your cost of CPM. Obviously, the particular audience that you're trying to target, right? So there is a lot of people out there trying to generate solar leads, right? A lot of people out there trying to do it wrongly, but a lot of people out there that are generating that top level interest, solar PV, everything related to solar. As you can imagine, in Facebook's auction system, that's a pretty, Lily, here, no. Sorry, my dog is chasing a squirrel. That is a pretty, it's a pretty competitive market whenever you're trying to reach people in the solar interest. So you might want to think on the fringes of that. You might want to think outside of that particular market altogether. You might want to think about in terms of, audience groups and interests that are similar to the overall solar top level interest groups that you're used to running ads to, but maybe a step or two removed, such as Mother Earth News or some other environmentally friendly, form of interest instead of just your typical solar interest. That'll affect your cost per mile or your CPM. As well too, the imagery. The imagery is very, very important. Having fresh, unique imagery, having unique copy, all of these things affect your CPM. And my main point is whenever you launch a campaign, even before you've even received your first lead, pay attention to the data, pay attention to the numbers. How are your clicks coming? What is your CPM? What is it costing you per click? These are all very, very important because even before you receive your first lead, that's going to be an indication as to whether or not this is going to be an expensive lead that you acquire, or whether you are actually on the right trail, and the cost is low. If the cost is low and then all of a sudden you start to get a lead or two, now you have something to work with, right? Because ultimately your cost is low to begin with. So you can go ahead and split test and you can work within that realm. All right, so that's all for now. I'm going to be providing some helpful tips here over the next few days. Once again, Henry Millennium Marketing. If you see this, like, subscribe, to my YouTube channel and all of that, because I'm going to be trying to put more useful topics in there. As well, if you haven't checked out the Solar Lead Generation Mastery course, I've got a lot of students doing really well in there. There is a lot of interest for it. So, reach out to me directly. You can find me pretty easily online, and I'd be happy to tell you more about it. So, Henry Millennium signing off. Talk to you later.